What's up guys, Well Customs here, and today we have a huge review. It is the armored up Baymax figure from the new movie coming out, Big Hero 6. Now there are two big giant Baymax figures out there, this one and this one. Now I chose this one specifically because I collect 6-inch figures, and the other one's just way too big. It might have really good articulation and a lot of features, but you know, it's just huge. I don't want to have such a big figure. I thought this one's a lot better. Also because this one, you know, you could take off the armor. You could still also get the fat white air version of Baymax. And then you could also have him with his armor, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Not only that, the price. This is only like 22 bucks. It's pretty cheap. No, not that cheap, but it's good price. The other one's like 50 or more. So I didn't really want to spend that much money on it to have this guy. I thought it was a good price, good scale, that's why I bought it. So let's open them up. Alright guys, so here is Baymax out of the box. Now this is one of the reasons why I specifically got this version, because you get an awesome looking non-armored up Baymax and a great scale too. If you guys know me, I like taking pictures of toys, toy photography, ACBA, and I think this is a great scale and a lot of possibilities with this specific one right here. Definitely it's pretty cool. As you can see, all his armor is scattered up around him. So the way I'm going to do this review is I'm going to review Baymax first, put the armor on, review that, and then after that we do size comparisons with the armor on and also with it off, and end it with him like that. So let's take a look at Baymax first up close. Right, now let's take a look at Baymax up close, and from the time I'm making this video, the movie has not come out yet. All we saw of him is from commercials and stuff like that. So in my opinion, it is pretty good. There isn't a lot of detail in him, to be honest. He's supposed to be like a robot with a balloon-like body, but I think they captured it pretty well from what you can see. There's basically no details at all on his body except for his eyes, his face over here, and on the sides there, but that's about it. Getting into articulation really quickly, he has a swivel head, left and right, doesn't go up and down. His shoulders on hinge joints that rotate, so they go up, down, in and out, but that's about it. And same thing at the hips, forward, back, and in and out. So that's all the articulation he really has in this kind of form, but I think it's good enough, to be honest. You get into some cool funny poses and stuff like that, and doing whatever he wants. Alright, so when it comes time to put the armor on, first you want to do is look at his body. You see he has a pear-shaped fat body, and when he put the armor on, he's all buff and everything. So the way they did that is that you take the two front and back panels of his body, and you basically take them out like that. They're spring-loaded, so it's pretty easy to just take it out and you flip it around. Like that. Make sure it's aligned. And now he basically has a semi-buff looking body. There you go. Make sure the tab goes underneath that. And next what you want to do is extend the arms out. You can count these things as a point of articulation if you want, but I don't really think so. And now looking at the armor parts, for every single limb and leg, it basically comes in 2 or 3 pieces. Well, 2 really. And so it's like this, and then you stick them together as you put it onto the limb. For the legs, you don't really have to do that. They just slide right in, and you connect it to the hinge over there, the peg. But for the arms, you have to. So we look at the arms first. Actually, we look at the body first. So here's the body. The wings actually were separated, and you just clip them on the back, like so. So it's pretty straightforward, honestly. You just stick it on piece by piece, like this, like that. There he is already with his arms, his upper body fixed up. And like I said, I like this version of Baymax a lot better because so many possibilities to play around with, to have cool pictures. You know, you could have a picture of him right now being built up like we saw in the commercial, so it'd be kind of cool. Now getting to the arms are in 2 different pieces also, so you want to stick the bottom part in first to be a lot easier. And then you line it up, but you don't want to put it in all the way yet, because you have to also insert the hand, which is a 3rd piece. So do that much first. Get the hand is on 2 clips right there. Stick it on bottom and top. Can't really see what I'm doing. There you go. And then next you want to put the shoulder pad on. And each shoulder pad has a specific shape to it, so you can't really get them mixed up. Or they might be the same, I don't know. Next we're going to do the other arm. Alright, next we're going to do the legs now. Like I said before, you don't have to take them apart because this part clips right into the peg and the hip. So the box over here is the front, and then right there is pretty good. And then to keep them together, the two panels, you just use this and it goes over that box. That completes the two together. Like that. Let's do the second one. It gets pretty big, as you can see. I'm gonna have to move the camera back. In 1 second. Alright, last but not least, he has his helmet on and it sticks right on top, just like that. And he's a big figure. I like how he looks. I definitely love this scale. Like I said before, he's about just a little bit above 8 inches tall. Definitely a big figure. You can look in the back over here. He does have his wings and they do move out, so you can still get in those cool poses and flying like that. Extend his arms out and stuff like that too. Like I said before, for the articulation, it is mainly in the shoulders and in the hips, but when it comes to the armor, the hips don't really move that much at all, really, so it's just in the arms and in the head, it goes swivels. And I know that the other Baymax figure has more articulation and also more features, but if you're like me, you know, you're just gonna pose him and maybe take some pictures of him. This is good enough in my opinion, especially with the added ability to have the Baymax without the armor on, half of it off. You know, you get a lot more possibilities in my opinion. I think, you know, just for me, it's a pretty good buy. With the big giant one, I don't know what to do with that, to be honest. After I'm done with it, you know, it's huge. It's a lot bigger than this one, I think. And also to the fact that, you know, it's 22 bucks. It's a pretty good price compared to like 50 bucks or something like that. Alright, now looking at the armor up close and personal really quickly. Nothing too crazy, nothing too detailed, but I think it gets the job done in my opinion. Looks pretty nice. A little bit bleeding over there at the purple. Not a big deal though. Take a look at the side. Right there. And the back. So like I said, yeah, not that bad. Nothing too crazy, but I get the job done. Now talking about the quality of the armor, you know, it's just a hollow plastic. It fits pretty well, pretty good. It's not going to come off anything that loose. When you move his arm around though, sometimes it might break apart just a little bit and just squeeze it back together. The reason why that happens though is because right there in the corner, this piece right here kind of touches the body, and then if you don't have it directly going in there like that, it kind of messes up. I might actually just dremel that part on, dremel this part right here, so it's nice and smooth, but not a big deal. To be honest, when I have this guy posing, I might not even have his armor on. I might just have him as the unarmored Baymax because I think it looks a lot better. But this still is pretty cool, and there's a nice option to have at least. That's my whole reason why to get this, is because you have all the options. You can have him with the armor on, armor off, half on, half off. Definitely is still pretty cool. Size comparisons, here is Baymax with some of the other figures from different lines. Here is the 4-inch Baymax right here, and as you can see, some 6-inch figures and the Hulk right there. So I think it looks pretty good. I think it fits in really well with the 6-inch scale. And if you want to take his helmet off, let's see how he looks like that. There you go. Here's Baymax with half armor off. Now without the legs. And for a last size comparison, here is Baymax with no armor on. And I also have Ash right here, just so you can see a size comparison with him and a little boy, because of the movie obviously, and I think it looks pretty good. Like I said before, definitely a great buy, a lot better in my opinion than spending 50 bucks on the other version. A lot more options with the armor on and also with it off. And if you're just going to pose him like I am and have him on display, there's no reason to spend the extra money. If you're into ACBA like I am, or like to take toy photography pictures, definitely a great option to have this one, because you just have so much more different scenarios to do with the figure. So other than that, guys, thank you for watching. Like always, comment, criticize, subscribe. do whatever you want to pay attention. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Go to wallencustoms.com. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and peace.